What's up, everybody? Slightly off topic here. I am your host, the real Ant-Man.
King Black Cherry.
So we are down a member this week.
Yeah.
He had to work, so he's not here. He will be joining us again next week. Same bat time. Well, actually, different bat time.
Yeah.
Different day.
Different time.
We'll be back next Wednesday, of course, back to our regularly scheduled program. But welcome for joining us on this special July 4th, 3rd.
July
edition.
3rd, July 3rd, yes.
Yeah, so from the holiday being tomorrow, we decided to do this a day early.
So you won't hear fireworks popping off, in the background if we do it tomorrow. So hopefully it doesn't rain then either, because that was a pretty hectic storm I had to drive through.
Absolutely, it was. Driving home from work today, thunder and lightning all over the place.
Yes, it was crazy.
So, talking about fireworks, the NBA free agency this year.
Yes.
Woo! So, not even like an hour in, and the biggest news just dropped right away?
It was... No, it took a couple hours.
Oh, he actually stewed upon it for a couple hours?
Yeah, stewed upon it for a couple hours, yes. But a lot of things were happening as soon as 12 o'clock hit Saturday. A lot of things started happening. I was like, holy crap, what's going on? But if you don't know already, if you're living under a rock or whatever the case may be, LeBron has signed on to the Lakers for 4 years, $154 million.
Yeah. Yep.
Something ridiculous like that.
Whole lot of cheddar.
So pretty much he plans to retire now in LA.
I think so too. But he'll probably go back to Cleveland one more time for old time's sake.
No, he can't pull a Jordan and be like, oh, yeah.
No, it's gonna be like that Kyrie Irving movie. That's what he's gonna look like next time he goes back. What's the name of that movie?
Uncle Drew?
Oh yeah, Uncle Drew.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Uncle LeBron coming back to Cleveland, getting the old folks back together.
I don't think they will accept him. I haven't seen any jersey burnings yet. But I'm pretty sure they're going.
I thought it was pretty sad watching Nike take down the mural. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, they had they had that mural where it's like that, and it says Cleveland on the back of the shirt. Yeah, Nike was taking it down today. I was like, oh man, that's pretty rough. But
oh my god.
So after LeBron went, they had a couple pieces that fell pretty quick after that. The Lakers also signed Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson,
the guy who blew in his ear. Yeah, that Lance Stevenson, and they were not tussling, but they were shoving each other last round of the playoffs and all that kind of stuff. Bunch of stuff. And surprisingly enough, they decided to add Lance Stevenson to the mix of this, which is weird, but whatever.
And they kept they re-signed Caldwell Pope.
Yes.
As well. So that was a big move. And then was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. Yesterday, the Warriors strike back and add on DeMarcus Cousins, which is a huge signing.
Yes, which is a huge signing, even though it's only for 1 year for $5 million, which sounds kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But yeah, and then what was it?
Actually, that was $154 million. So
$154 million. Could you imagine? 4 years, $154 million.
Yep,
pretty ridiculous.
To play a game,
just to play a game. But you probably playing 82 games in that year. Yeah. Because LeBron doesn't know how to take a break or anything like that.
So I think Cousins is a huge upgrade, though.
Cousins is a huge upgrade, but he's coming off the
Achilles injury.
Achilles injury, which is the most dangerous injury you could get as far as playing in the NBA. So, and I think only 18 players had it, and then only 7 actually really recovered from it. So it's a really serious and dangerous injury. So I think Golden State took a chance on him to see how his attitude is, because he may not play a lot.
Yeah.
Because what did he average last year? 25. He had 25 points and 13 rebounds and 5 assists. He may now get those numbers.
No, but even coming off the bench, you got to imagine being able to have a prolific scorer DeMarcus Cousins off the bench is just. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And I believe the fact of if they do this and they do continue on with this after this 1 year, and if he signs to go with LA, if he decides to stay at Golden State, and even Golden State wins another ring, I think that's still going to be ridiculous, because I think that now the West is really overpowered and there's really nobody in the East.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving's basically the last man in the East. The Sixers are a up-and-coming team, though. I mean, they have Ben Simmons and Joel. I don't know how to say it.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thanks for the save there, but yeah. So they have two young players. I kind of thought LeBron might look at that and kind of lick his chops, like, because if he went there, man, they would have ran roughshod on the East.
Yeah, they would have, but like I think he wanted to go to L.A.
where the stars are.
Yeah,
he won. Yeah. I understand.
I think he wanted to go there.
I get it.
Boy, Shannon Sharp, friend of the show. Yeah, I know you watched the show.
I love Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those kind of moves that they made between LA and Golden State are ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, has anybody else even like decided to jump in the free agency pot?
Not really. Not to the point where it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is a great thing that happened. No, not really.
I know the Knicks signed some guy from the Magic that they drafted him like 5 overall like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But they said he's an underachiever. So yeah. I mean that's the Knicks.
Oh, we didn't talk about who Lakers added with. Yeah, we did. Did we talk about Lakers? Well, who they added along with LeBron?
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about that.
And then who didn't Rondo pose for a picture with someone saying LeBron's?
Oh yeah, totally did.
And then didn't DeMarcus Cousins try to break into Golden State's Warriors locker room one year? Yeah. So there's little instances that are like
it's pretty funny. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty sure everyone's going to get along, and there's going to be a pretty heated rivalry at the in the finals.
Oh yeah, finals. It's going to be like the Western.
Well, the Western Conference finals.
Western Conference. Yeah, Western Conference.
Well, that's if the Rockets don't play spoiler though, because the Rockets still are a very good team.
No, LeBron's going to sweep them like he did last year.
I don't know, man. You got Chris Paul. You got. James Harden, they got a good team.
Don't get me wrong, but it's not. I don't think they have enough. And then freaking Paul George staying with.
Oh yeah, he stayed in OKC,
which is weird. But
yeah, because I don't know, but basically it's so funny. I was like seeing a post and they're like, if anybody wants like Golden State to lose, just send Carmelo Anthony their way. It's like that kind of cracked me up.
Oh my god.
So let's move on to what we've watched this week. So
yeah.
I watched Glow Season 2.
Yes.
I know you haven't seen it yet. You haven't even seen the first season,
I haven't
right?
seen the first season. I have no idea what the show is even about.
So, I've never watched Orange is the New Black, but it's from the same people that do Orange is the New Black. Did you watch that show?
No, I have not.
Okay. It's a comedy, but it's not like a comedy in the sense where there's going to be like a lot of jokes.
So, kind of like if you would think about if you ever seen Shameless. Kind of like that's how.
Never seen Shameless.
Okay. So, like, okay. It's kind of like, it's rough. It's very serious at times.
Yes.
And then some things that happen that are kind of funny, but some things that happen are like really serious, and you got to take a step back. You're like, okay, maybe this is getting kind of serious, kind of like a drama kind of a thing.
Yeah. It's like a drama mixed with a comedy, but it's so it's called Glow, which stands for the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Okay.
And it's actually based on a real show from the 80s. Like,
okay.
there was a real Glow.
Okay.
And, I mean, the characters aren't the same in this TV show. It's not like a documentary.
Right.
It's just loosely based on it. It's like taking the fact that there was a Glow show and it's making it into its own thing.
Okay, gotcha.
The star is Allison Brie. I forgot the actress's name.
Where's the... What?
Where's who been? But yeah. So it's the I forgot the other actress's name. But they're like the main two stars. So they're both actresses that kind of had failed careers in acting, and they went to this show and became wrestlers. The director of the show was kind of like a director that had like a cult following for doing like horror movies. So so like a lot of younger kids really like look up to him and his work and stuff. And then the rest of the cast is kind of like misfits. Like they're kind of like what you would expect to see, almost from like a sideshow. Like you ever see the Greatest Showman?
Yes.
So it's kind of like that. How it's like oddities and like and stuff like that. So there's like a girl like a wolf girl and like a Viking chick and stuff like that. So it's like oddities and ends. But
so pretty much like a circus, but focused around wrestling.
Yeah, and ladies in wrestling. Okay. So yeah. But it's really good. I don't want to really, even though I know you haven't seen the first season and it's been out for a while, I don't want to like ruin any of the drama that happens.
No, you're fine. I mean, I had my chance. Spoilers away.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it. So basically, the two girls that are pictured up here, they're like the main stars. One impersonates like a Russian, and the other one's like called Liberty Bell.
Okay.
So it's like it takes place in the 80s too. The show.
Okay.
So it has the whole Russia United States tension thing, and that's what they're kind of going for. Just like the WWE did back in the day. Right. So they take that, but anyway, so the first season really focuses around creating the show.
Okay.
They're just getting like the show set up and ready to go. The second season takes a jump because now they're trying to maintain ratings and maintain on this local access network. It's a cable channel.
Okay.
So they're kind of like fighting back and forth with the board and like the
see what they need to do to keep ratings up.
Exactly. Okay. So and it tackles that. It's really good though, really entertaining. What episode was it? I want to say it was the 7th episode. Awesome episode. So what they did was, so the show takes place, it's like a normal TV show. The 7th episode is like you're actually watching an episode of the wrestling. It's so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so even everything, like, it has commercials in it. It's like, it has, like, the PSA and, like, the intro. Like, it's like literally you turned on the channel and you were watching an episode of their show.
So kind of like if you were to turn on an episode, you'd be like, okay, here's pretty much like Monday Night Raw, but it's like Glow.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's such a cool episode. Like, honestly, I don't think there's better episodes maybe, but not a cooler episode than that, because it's I just love the way that they just take that episode and like you watch it and it's so well done, that episode.
So did this series suffer any like Netflix characteristics?
No, I think it grew in season 2.
Okay.
I think it became a better show in season 2.
Okay.
The only thing that like wrestling fans might not like is there was a lot of cameos in the first season from guys that were in Total or Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
This season the only real cameos were in the last episode. They had Chavo Guerrero Jr. And they had I forget the wrestler's name, but it played one of the girls in the show. It's like her brother on the show. And like he's an actual wrestler. So, but like they were the only cameos this season. The rest, I mean, I don't really. I think it's kind of right though, because you don't want to take the focus away from the women. Because that's kind of what it's about.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
So like I think the cameos were kind of nice to build it there. So I mean, some of the fans of the cameos might not enjoy it as much, but I thought it was excellent. IGN gave it a 9.2.
So this season, season 2 of Glow didn't suffer any like Netflix characteristics as far as like, hey, we're gonna build up to this, and then we're gonna have this one episode that's gonna freak everyone out and be like this stupid episode.
Well, that freak everyone out stupid episode was actually really cool because it was episode 7. It was episode 7. It was the Glow episode, which is actually really cool.
Okay.
In my opinion, like it was a different one, but it was cool just watching the whole episode and actually seeing what. Because, like, during the show, you really only get to see a little bit wrestling, a little bit of them performing the shows. Most of it is the backstage stuff.
Okay.
So to actually see a full episode of what they're working on is really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome. I may have to give it a shot. And we got some comments here. If I could be a wrestler, I'd have boots like Brody Bruiser, sunglasses like Randy Savage, and moves like Iron Sheik. Miss my calling, from Catherine.
Randy Savage, Macho Man. Oh, yeah!
No, I'm good. And then Leo says, well, they were hired actresses and they had to learn how to wrestle. I don't know why I put that clap sound, but anyway.
So, we'll talk about another Netflix show or movie. It's a show.
It is a very small show. I think it's only like 5 or 6 episodes, to be honest with you. It is called Kiss Me First. It is a British show. Pretty much all I can say about it, the main character's mother has passed away, and in fact, what she does to grieve from it, to like not think about it as much, is she goes into this virtual world and plays a game, pretty much, and then when she goes into this virtual world, she discovers this kind of like cult that's in there. That's kind of like a secret code in the game. This show is very dry.
Is there any famous actors or actresses in it? Okay, so it's all a bunch of no names in there?
Bunch of no names.
Do you mean dry? Do you mean like slow or
it dragged?
Oh,
it dragged a lot. Like it got to the point where I'm like, I kept looking to see how many episodes it was, and I kept seeing the fact of like, okay, how long do I have to keep watching?
Episode 10 disappear. I don't.
Do you really need to watch this episode? It is pretty much taking everything as far as fun wise and Ready Player One, and just taking it out and stuffing in some random stuff and try to add a love story, because I was kind of confused if the girl was interested in another girl or if she was interested in another guy because she slept with that guy. So I was really
like virtually or real?
Real.
Okay.
Because real, they met, like they actually really met up and then met in person. Like, oh yeah, you're this person. Oh yeah, you're that person. And oh yeah, we're gonna have this like interesting makeout session and then sleep to get together in bed half naked, and then she goes sleep with her roommate. I'm like, okay, this is really weird. So I wouldn't suggest watching this show at all. If you're really bored and if you really need to flip through things, I would suggest watching something that's kind of like another British show that came out about a month or two ago called Safe with Michael C. Hall, which is actually
Dexter.
Yes, which was actually
what's that about?
That's about his daughter being missing and him trying to figure out pieces what happened.
Is he a detective?
No, he's just a father.
Okay.
He does more cop work than actual cops, pretty much.
That seems to be like the going rate in most movies and stuff. But
yeah, that one's more like the fact of like, hey, here's a story where a girl goes out and parties and whatnot, and she goes missing the next day, and her father tries to piece together what happened. Talks to different people at the party, talks to the parents and everything like that, try to piece together what has happened, and then you get this big, overwhelming story at the end, which is really cool, really good. But Kiss Me First, back to that. The VR stuff, when they were in the virtual world, was pretty cool. I thought it actually kind of looked better than Ready Player One's graphics, as far as like CG-wise, but the story was lacking. The story was really lacking, and they didn't spend that much time in the virtual world.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the end, you're like, okay, thank God it's over. I'm good. I'll watch it.
So when I was looking for an image for the to put up here for the show, it looked like a lot of the CG was kind of like, I don't know, second rate. Does that take away from the show?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so that's okay?
Yeah, that's okay, because there's really no action whatsoever. So they're just literally in the virtual world talking.
Oh, so it's like Dream almost? Like the...
Almost.
Where it's like nothing's going on, you're just kind of floating around?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, interesting.
So it's pretty much...
Not really, but...
Pretty much imagine the fact that if you were here, I was at my house, Pete was at his house, Ryan was at his house, Leah was in the living room or whatever, and then the fact that we all got on our virtual headsets and went to this virtual world. Pretty much like imagine a party system in like today's...
But like a virtual setting.
But virtual setting.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No. We still have this thing called real life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. So, about that Safe show, I'm interested in that now.
Yeah.
And you said it's a British show as well?
It's a British show as well, but Michael C. Hall talks with a British accent, which is really weird. Seeing him in Dexter, and then seeing him in the movie Game Night as well, and then not having a British accent, then coming in this show, you have a British accent. But it's actually a really good show. And that also is only like maybe 8 episodes. Pretty short.
I'll have to check it out. Is it a Netflix original or did they purchase it?
Netflix original.
They didn't purchase it?
No, they didn't purchase it.
Oh, that's cool. So there was a TV show that they just launched as well I wanted to watch with Anna Torv in it from Fringe.
Yes.
Secret City. Have you watched that one yet?
I've not watched it.
It looks interesting. I watched the trailer. I'm excited. And I like Anna Torv. She was good in Fringe. She was awesome in Mindhunter.
Yes, she was.
Mindhunter is excellent. If you haven't seen that, by the way. I cannot wait for season 2. But we'll go to our last topic for the evening. This one will probably stay on for a little bit.
Yeah.
We have a few movies to talk about here. So we're going to talk about little patriotic movies for the 4th of July.
We got our list here.
The list. Boom.
First up, Independence Day.
So, okay, I really like Independence Day.
I do too.
There's one thing I don't like about Independence Day. I don't like the end. I don't like how they defeat the aliens.
But did they really defeat them? Because 20 years later, Independence Day Resurgence came out.
Oh, we don't count that, though.
I mean, it's there.
Well, it's there, but I never seen it, so I don't count it. But I don't like the whole computer virus thing.
It makes sense, though.
It makes sense, but to think that this species is so intelligent that they can get all the way here, and they can't defeat one of our little computer viruses.
Wait, hold on. So you hear a complaint about that, but didn't you like War of the Worlds where they got pretty much like died from?
No, I didn't like that. I thought that was terrible as well. Okay.
And what about when they got?
That's even worse. Okay, we're supposed to be this intelligent species that can find Earth, and our one weakness is water. So let's go to the one planet that's made up of all water. Oh my god, that movie's so dumb. Oh man.
But anyway, back to Independence Day, right here.
That's one of Will Smith's best, man.
It is, and that what started the franchise, and what killed it was the fact that they didn't bring him on for a second one. Instead, they killed him off, had his son be in it, and his son was no better. That did not save the movie.
So is that like a slap in the face to his own dad?
Yeah.
Like he's like, I don't want to do this, and he's like, I'll do it.
Well, actually, it wasn't his real son. It was actually supposedly his son that played in the movie, I guess.
Oh.
The first one. And so he grew up.
Okay, that's weird. I thought you read it was like
no, it wasn't
Pursuit of Happiness, like his real son.
No, it wasn't. It was like wasn't Jaden Smith. It was some random dude that like played his son
and never acted again until this movie.
Yeah, pretty much like that. And it was like, okay, this is weird. And you bring in Liam Hemsworth, which is, I mean, okay, he's a Hemsworth.
He's like the poor man Hemsworth.
Yeah, he is.
Because I mean, he's just a dude, like. You know,
yeah,
Chris Hemsworth is a man.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth's just another dude.
Yeah, that's true. And then it was like I don't understand it, and the fact that like okay, aliens come back, resurgence. Okay, aliens come back. We have to figure out how to defeat them, but then they decide to bring their big mother queen to the Earth, and that was weird because she was like imagine like Godzilla, and she was like stomping around Arizona. For some odd reason.
That's really weird. So it probably like looked like the scene in Thor where that robot comes down, but like Godzilla instead.
No, imagine like the Independence Day aliens, but a lot bigger.
Okay.
And just walking around.
Is it worth watching or no?
I wouldn't watch it. No.
Okay. It's better off not knowing. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's better off not knowing because that movie was just. Oh god, it was bad.
And random dudes are the worst.
Yeah, random dudes are the worst. I mean, how you bring back Goldblum?
They're a bunch of Jags, man. Just another guy.
No. Jags got better. Jaguars got better.
That's true. They did. They
got better.
Leonard Fournette's pretty awesome.
I mean, pretty much my number one pick last year. I'm not gonna say I'm a fantasy.
You better take Saquon this year, baby. Saquon.
No, I'm taking Leonard. Again, that was a breakout hit. But anyway. I mean, yeah, I'm done with Independence Day. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, but I'm not done with it yet. Will Smith, though, like, that's, like, to me, his breakout movie where, like, you wouldn't have had... you would have had other movies after that, but that was, like, his cementing himself at the July 4th box office. Like, because then after that, you had, like, Men in Black, you had Wild West.
That's true.
Like, that was, like, every summer was the summer of Will Smith because of this movie.
It was, but then you also go back to... Bad Boys 1. That kind of
But Bad Boys 1 is completely different than the rest of the movies I just named. Like, whereas, like, the other ones are summer blockbusters.
I mean, Bad Boys 2 came out in July.
Bad Boys 2 was really good.
Yeah.
That's a dark movie, though, compared to the first one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But like, yeah, so the other ones are a little more family, fun movies.
Yeah.
What I would say, but...
And then it teetered off at After Earth. Just letting you know that right now.
And then no more Will Smith.
Then no more Will Smith, and he went to Suicide Squad and... Concussion.
Concussion's a good movie, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good.
I never saw it.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I like it. Watch it.
I just didn't like the whole tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth part in the trailer. That's all of it. I was like, I'm good on that. But next up on our list, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, I thought I've seen it so many times. I don't remember most of it, but I've seen it so many times. I remember seeing it in school like at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and that's a great movie to watch in American history class.
Yes.
Because it goes through so many different phases of America from like the 40s/50s up. You had him like, and the reason I say it's a patriotic movie, but not in the sense where it's like, oh, America. Yeah. Like it's a patriotic movie in the sense that it goes through like all the pop culture phases of America. You have like the popularity of football. You have Elvis. You have him meeting like different presidents. Yes. JFK. He goes to the Vietnam War. owns his own company.
He owns his company.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what he did. But it's literally like him being American and coming into the own American way kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So,
man, either someone's getting shot out back or there's some fireworks going early. So,
I mean, in my house, there were like fireworks going off at Sunday night, which I thought was pretty weird. But anyway, I mean, I enjoyed the movie.
I would say honestly, Forrest Gump's probably my top 5 movies of all time. I like it that much.
I say top 10 for me.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times and I still enjoy it every single time I watch it.
I probably haven't seen it in like at least 5 years, but I pretty much can tell you like, oh, okay, this is where this happens, that's where that happens, and so on and so forth. But I liked it. If you haven't seen Forrest Gump, then you should, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You should go see it.
Yeah, that's if you like any cinema and you like movies, go watch Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Next up, Air Force One with Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman, which I didn't realize Gary Oldman was in it until this man told me, like probably when I was working with him at GameStop, which was like 10 years ago, something like that. But yeah, Air Force One, President of the United States.
Harrison Ford.
And evil guy, was he Russian?
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
Dude, it's honestly, like, I love Air Force One, but it's been so long since I've seen it that I couldn't even tell you. Like, I know, obviously, the president's on the plane and blah, 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 and they have to protect him because of the name.
I forgot why they hijacked the plane or whatever case. I don't know. I forgot why they hijacked it. I just remember the fact of, like, hey, yeah, this is kind of like a Go Team America kind of thing, because at the end, he was like, get off my plane. And snaps Gary Oldman's neck. But other than
that like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino?
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
That was exactly like that. But, yeah, another great movie. If you haven't seen it, probably only like maybe an hour, 45 minutes long. Go for it.
Definitely. It's a good action movie.
Yes, definitely.
Jack Ryan movies. So, I'm going to have to admit something to you.
Okay.
Never seen Hunt for Red October. Never seen it.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Never seen Alec Baldwin in his role as Jack Ryan.
I think he wasn't that big of a role.
It's mostly about Sean Connery.
Sean Connery,
but he's
a
Russian.
And Denzel Washington, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking of Crimson Tide.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Wow, yeah, I don't remember that movie at all then.
All right, movie night for me, Chris. We know we're watching Hunt for Red October. Boom. So the other Jack Ryan movies, though, with Harrison Ford, I did see.
Yes, Clear and Present Danger and
Patriot Games,
yes.
Both excellent movies.
I remember seeing those when I was a kid. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Is this what an action movie is supposed to be like?
There was a run of movies, kind of like Will Smith had in the late 90s, but in the early 90s, Harrison Ford had a great run of movies.
That's true.
Those two were in there. The Fugitive.
Yeah.
That was an awesome movie. He goes all the way back into the 70s of having a great run of movies.
Oh, yeah,
he had
definitely.
the Star Wars movies right into the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, and then went on to, like,
Jack Ryan and
Jack Ryan movies.
Yeah.
Then probably took a break because he was like, I'm getting too old for this crap.
No, that was Danny Glover.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, those movies are pretty good. And then another Jack Ryan movie was Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit with Chris Pine and Kevin Costner. And I forgot the girl's name who played in it with him. But, anyway.
Did not see it.
That movie was forgettable. If you want to see it, it's on Amazon Prime, I think.
I'm seeing a trend here. I'm not seeing forgettable movies. That's good. You need to get rid of that movie pass, Chris. You're seeing all these forgettable movies.
I mean, I have AMC E-List, so, I mean, that's pretty good. If you have never heard of that, AMC E-List is
Delta
great.
Force is awesome movie with Chuck Norris. That should be on the list. Completely forgot about that.
What is that?
It's just Chuck Norris being a badass.
So pretty much almost like...
every Chuck Norris movie, yes.
So kind of like a Steven Seagal movie, like Under Siege?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Chuck Norris is always a badass.
But isn't like Chuck Norris... But so, who was in that genre? In that area? So it was like Chuck Norris...
Steven Seagal. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme with Tom Kopp and all that crap.
Yeah.
And then... It was just those three, right?
Yeah, I mean, you had, like, Sylvester Stallone, but I felt like he was in more, like, serious movies.
Yeah, he was more serious.
Like, he wasn't, like, the action movies, like, the action stars. Oh, Schwarzenegger, you could say.
Schwarzenegger, you could say, with The Last Action Hero, and then Eraser, and, was it End of Days? Oh, I don't know, that was really dark, though.
That was, like, more, like, religious and based, the End of Days movie, because he was, like, a priest, wasn't he?
No, he was a cop.
Okay.
and it took place around more religious things.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he was a cop in that movie, and then so it was a racer. End of Days.
Talking about like the late 90s.
Yeah, Collateral Damage is another one.
The Sixth Day, is that?
That's another one.
That's a good movie. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
That's a really good movie.
Anyway, yeah.
Batman and Robin. Chill out.
God, I hated that movie so much. I hated it when I was a kid watching it in theaters.
24 is a great patriotic TV show.
Yes. 24 is a
Jack Bauer.
Even
would I be talking like this if it wasn't important?
even I say the spin-off show was all right. It wasn't great.
I didn't see it. More forgettable stuff I'm missing here?
Yeah, it was forgettable. I mean, if you really want to see it, it was on Amazon Prime as well. 24 Live Another Day? Yeah. Doesn't even have Jack Bauer in it at all, which I thought was kind of weird, but he signed on with, Kiefer Sutherland signed on with ABC for, what's the American TV show?
The one where they're underground?
No. American TV show that's like that. It's, God dang it.
Wasn't he the president?
He was the president, but before that, he was a designated survivor. That's what it was.
Boom.
That show was actually pretty good. Yeah, but I only watched the first season. Second season came out, and I was like, I don't really need to watch you again. I really don't. You're not Jack Bauer. You calm down. I don't like that. But anyway, moving on.
The Patriot.
The Patriot.
What a great movie. One of my all-time hated villains in that movie.
Who's the villain on that?
Jason Isaac.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and, like, he murders his son right in front of Mel Gibson, dude. Like, I mean, like, how much, like, more ridiculous, like, do you have to get in a movie?
That's ridiculous.
Like, that's just evil.
Yeah.
And he's like a kid, dude. It's not like even like he's like a full-grown adult.
So it's kind of like how, in Game of Thrones, if you've seen the Battle of the Bastards, when, what was it? What's the guy's name that killed, Jon Snow's brother right in front of him? That shot the arrows? In Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, Ramsay?
Yeah, Ramsay, when he was shooting arrows. Yeah, so it's kind of like...
Oh, but Ramsay was a piece of shit before that.
Yes,
that just cemented it.
But I remember The Patriot when I was younger, seeing it when it first came out. And I remember my dad took me to theaters to go see it. I remember, I was like, wow, this is really long. I am young, so I may not get a lot of this, so I may need to watch it later. I remember watching later when I got older and understanding it more, and I was like, oh, okay, this is great, this is good.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, did he direct it as well, or did he
believe he did direct it. Yeah, there was a couple movies in there where he was directing and starring in them.
Because that one and Braveheart.
There was Flags of Our Father. I think he did that one as well. And yeah, Braveheart. That was another one.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, talented dude. Just one screw up.
That would be pretty awesome to have a machine gun in your purse. I could only see a pistol being in there, but
yeah, that's a little interesting. A machine gun?
A machine gun.
What are you gonna do? Like cock it out and just like?
Nah, man, just have it in there, and then you could have like the bullets like wrapped around or something. Well, I don't know. They'd probably be in more of a clip.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
it'd have to be a big purse, like movie theater purse.
So
where you get all the candy and popcorn.
Oh
and stuff in there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you sneak in some McDonald's or Burger King in there,
maybe a KFC box.
Yeah.
Whole pizza. I don't know. Just
wine cooler in there.
Wine cooler.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's Lance?
But no, they actually did something like that. For as if you've seen the second Kingsman movie, they actually had a briefcase with a machine gun. Actually,
that's pretty neat.
With it, and the guy was just like sitting on top of his
shoulder. Never seen the second one. What's that one? Like the
Golden Circle.
The Golden Circle. There you go.
That was actually not that bad.
What's next on the
list? Next on the list, Glory.
Great movie.
Great movie. I remember.
Love Glory.
I think I actually have it on Laserdisc.
You have a Laserdisc player?
I have a Laserdisc player that has all
Bro, I know we make fun of me and Pete's age, but a freaking Laserdisc player?
Yes, Laserdisc player that still works to this day. I have all the original Star Wars movies. I forgot
So I know people make fun of like CDs and DVDs and call them like drink holders.
Yes.
This bitch is a tray. You could like freaking laser disc, man. You can like put like appetizers on that thing.
If you've never seen a laser disc, imagine a DVD sized disc or a Blu-ray disc like this kind of thing, and imagine it like that.
Yeah, like, ridiculous.
Like ridiculous.
And it probably holds less memory than a thumb drive now.
Yes, probably.
Yeah,
definitely. I remember
terrible.
I remember having to watch a movie on it, and like halfway through, you're like, "Oh, flip to the other side," and you actually had to take out the disc, flip it onto the other side, put it in, and it will continue playing.
Dual layered. Have they ever heard of dual layered? Dual layered laser discs.
Not back then, I guess. Not in the 80s. But yeah, I remember. What was it? Glory? Yeah, Glory, great movie though. Sorry, we went off topic there. Glory, great movie. Denzel Washington, Matthew Broderick. That's the only two people I can remember in that movie. I know there's a lot more. I remember all the names I saw on the bottom of the disc.
Matthew Broderick, like always, like is such a weasel in movies. I don't know,
but I thought he had a stronger role.
Yeah, he did. He did have a stronger role, but like most of the time, he's just like always like a weasel character. Oh, yeah. But he was excellent in that movie.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, Captain America.
Captain America.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, you can really go any of them. I would say the first one's probably more gung ho.
Yeah.
America patriotic because what's more American than fighting them Nazis?
I'm punching Adolf Hitler in the jaw. Yeah.
But. I'm sure Jack Bauer had laser discs in his purse, and then they probably hit a button on them, and like they looked like blades, and they look like saw blades, and he chuck them at people, cut their heads off. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be funny. But Glory, yeah, great movie. Do you remember what war was in it? What
Civil War, wasn't it?
Yes, because it was Civil War. Because it was the first time when they you have whites and blacks pretty much fighting together.
Yes.
Kind of thing, and they kind of made that thing. I remember that. And then and then Captain America that we talked about a little bit vaguely. Captain America 1 is more gung ho.
Yeah.
2 and 3 weren't really go for America. It's more like him building the character of Captain America.
It was almost like he was going against America in a sense in the second one, but it was more.
I'd say more in the third one.
Well, he was going against S.H.I.E.L.D. in the second one because they were trying to put up those the units that would watch over people. Yeah. But he was like, you could kind of see him butting heads with Nick Fury at that point. Yeah. Because his concept of what America was built on, he was still looking at it as if it was the 40s.
Right, yeah.
So,
but still, I mean, you really can't have ships in the sky aiming at different people, thinking in fact like if they do something wrong, then they need to be dealt with like right then and there, kind of a thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it will stop a lot of shootings, it will stop a lot of crime, but things like that should not really exist, because what if it becomes weaponized, or what if it got hacked or somehow, and whatnot, and got turned on us, and then pretty much what would be left of America at that point? Not much.
Mm-hmm. Agent Carter is another good TV show, and that's kind of takes place in the early age of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I've never seen Agent Carter.
Oh, it's good. It's worth watching.
I heard it's good. I heard it's worth watching, but I don't know where I can find it.
I believe it's on Hulu.
Maybe.
Don't quote me, but I believe it's on Hulu because I know that's where they own majority stake. Disney now that they bought Fox.
Yes.
So I'm sure their TV shows now are on there.
Doesn't count over yet.
No.
The government hasn't approved of the purchase yet.
So sadly, the thing about Agent Carter that stinks is it leaves the show off with the cliffhanger.
Of course it does.
And they never continued it.
I mean, they do that with a lot of shows, though.
So we're hoping at some point.
It's too late for that now.
It's not too late.
It's been 2 years.
It ain't too late. It's never too late.
Yes, it is too late. It's been like 2 years.
I'm still hoping when Disney drops their little streaming service, they need content, and they're like, Agent Carter, bringing it back.
I mean, they're gonna take off all the Netflix shows and put it on there. They're gonna take off the show from Freeform, Cloak and Dagger, and put it on there. They're gonna take. Who else they're gonna take? Don't they have another Marvel TV shows? Yeah, the Gifted and
But that's like X-Men universe. Like, I mean,
it's still part of Fox. Hello.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, dude, watch Agent Carter, and you'll understand why I want to see more Agent Carter.
Okay.
It's a really good show.
I'll give it a shot. Is it better than Agents of Shield?
I really like Agents of Shield, so that's a tough one for me.
I mean,
it's definitely more simplistic than Agents of Shield. It's not like they're constantly, they're not jumping to like hell with Ghost Rider and then space with this character and then over here with this character. Yeah, it's more grounded.
And if one character dies, do they stay dead? Do I have to see Brett Dalton again, like over and over
no.
and over?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, no, it's more espionage based, really.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you don't know who's who kind of thing, and they kind of show they kind of almost show the beginning of the Black Widow project, where like the girls are being trained to be to be like assassins, which is kind of cool.
That's interesting. Next up, we got Team America. I have never seen this movie. I think I was too young for when it came out. I haven't watched it now because I'm just like, it's there. Like Super Troopers, I've never seen Super Troopers. It's kind of like that. Sorry, never seen Super Troopers.
Super Troopers is amazing.
But Team America.
We need to watch Super Troopers sometime, Chris. That's on our schedule. We'll watch that right after we watch Hunt for Red October.
Sounds good.
But so Team America is totally inappropriate.
Totally.
Puppets that are totally inappropriate. So it's from the creators of South Park. Okay. So you could only imagine the kind of humor in there. So it's basically a team of American agent puppets going to fight Kim Jong-un. and they have such classic montage songs and the classic America Fuck Yeah song. And it's completely inappropriate but great.
Okay, alright. But like, so like pretty much do they, well, I couldn't say the fact they defeated him or not, because of course they do. But is it, would you call it better than South Park? Bigger, longer, uncut, whatever?
Oh, I mean, not really, because South Park has such a history, and like there's like 20 seasons of South Park to go with that movie. And I would say that it's a good standalone piece from those guys.
Okay.
It's a very, like, because if you've seen some of their other films, like they had Basketball, which was okay, and then they had Orgasmo, that wasn't really that great.
I don't remember Orgasmo. I remember Basketball.
Yeah, and it had a couple laughs here and there, but it wasn't a good movie. But this is actually like a good movie from them that's not South Park. This is probably their best thing that's not South Park.
Okay.
Even though I heard the play they did, the Book of Mormon, was excellent. It actually won awards.
That's weird.
Yeah, they did a Broadway play and it actually like won awards. So that's pretty amazing. But those guys are really good songwriters. So
I'm assuming songwriters, and they're fantastic writers, period. I mean, they have South Park going on for what, 20 seasons now?
And their satire is excellent.
Yeah,
like they just get it. And they can mix toilet humor with real subjects like perfect. Like where it's like, I don't know. They're just great.
Talented sons of bitches.
They are.
Yeah. Next one, Black Hawk Down. Wasn't it Black Hawk Down directed by Michael Bay? I thought it was.
Black Hawk Down?
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
No.
You sure?
Black Hawk Down was not directed by Michael Bay, but like that movie, like seriously had anybody who was going to be anybody in that movie.
That's true.
I remember Orlando Bloom was in that movie.
Yes.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor was in it.
Yes.
Josh Hartnett was in the movie.
It had a whole ton of actors in that movie. But if you don't know the story, basically, a military crew. They're Army Rangers.
Yes.
They get shot down in Somalia, and they're like pinned down in their helicopter, and they're trying to save their team.
This is ridiculous. Well, it's directed by Ridley Scott. But anyway, cast goes Josh Hartnett, Ewan McGregor, Tom Sizemore, Eric Bana, William Fichtner, Ewan something.
Sam Shepard.
Ewan
Bremner.
Bremner. Go back. Internet, go faster. But anyway, this This movie was great. I mean, even in fact, if you're just like a casual action fan, the movie was excellent.
Had some really intense moments.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I seriously thought it was directed by Michael Bay. I'm not.
I know it's. I know it's completely not the same genre. I'm completely gonna go outside on this one, but I just want to talk about like suspense and build up and action. So I was telling you the other day I was watching Gremlins.
Yes.
And I know you've never seen that, but like it's just awesome. So it was directed by Joe Dante, who he did Gremlins 2, and he did a few other movies in the 80s and early 90s. But they did such a good job building suspense in 70s and 80s movies, because so like they're like at first when the evil gremlins come along, you don't really see them. You kind of just like they show like their aftermath a little bit, and they're kind of building up that they're going to be like these little evil creatures. Right. And it's just really cool. Like I love the way they built suspense back in the day, and I feel like because of like not having, like I mentioned this during Jaws when we were talking about Jaws the other day. I love how they didn't have the special effects that they have now.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it leaves little to the imagination kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
Where you're like, oh, I don't know if that thing is going to be that big. I don't know if it's going to be that big, or like what. It just depends on how the actor kind of perceives it, kind of a thing. And you're like, holy crap, this thing is scary. We need to watch out. We need to run, or whatever the case would be. Nowadays, we have trailers that spoil things. We have CG that just pretty much like overdo it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think the art of like storytelling's almost in some movies has just like gone out the window.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they just rely on like big budgets and action and stuff to get over. But like, there's a really cool part where the mom's in the house and she first spots him and sees him. Mm-hmm. Dude, the mom's such a badass. Dude, like you want to talk about like Ripley being a badass. No, dude, this mom. So like, dude, she gets him in the the first one she kills is like in a like food blender, and like its guts are going everywhere. Then she like runs over with a knife and like starts stabbing one to death, and then sticks another one in the microwave till it explodes. Dude, like what a badass! Like seriously.
Oh my gosh.
So violent, but so awesome.
You know, actually, the suspense things actually reminds me of a movie I just saw recently that just came out this year, A Quiet Place. One part in that movie where the Quiet Place, if you've never seen it, it's a great movie, directed by John Krasinski. He actually stars in it as well. But there's one part where it takes place in the basement. Everything's flooded because it's been like monsters or whatever burst in the pipe or whatever, and they're trying to come downstairs. And they came downstairs to where Emily Blunt is with her newborn baby. Mm-hmm. And she wakes up to find her the whole basement flooded. And being really quiet and whatnot, because you have to be quiet because the monsters hunt by sound.
How do they be quiet with a newborn?
It's interesting how you say that, because they put the newborn in like this makeshift box that had like cushions all in it and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
And they put it in it
to damper the sound.
And they had like a kind of like a what would you use kind of like for laughing gas kind of a thing, like something to cover your mouth and face.
Oh, almost like a gas mask?
Almost like a gas mask, and they put that over...
Okay,
over
like an oxygen machine.
Yes, oxygen machine.
Okay.
Put it over the baby's face and keep him quiet, and he shut it and whatnot. And then during the scene or whatever, everything was flooded, one that the baby was floating around, and then she wakes up and sees the monster just looking down and like creeps down and goes underneath in the water. You don't know where it is, and she just gets up, starts walking...
Like super slow.
And you're like, holy crap, what if she kicks it? What if she makes a sound, or whatever the case may be, in case she gets to the baby in time, or whatever the case may be. It's really awesome. It's really interesting. If you have not seen it, go see it. It's on demand right now. So yeah, definitely.
I was going to actually ask you something about, I don't remember if it was, what was that movie called? A Quiet Place?
A Quiet Place, yes.
Is it, I forgot what I was going to say. Let's go to the next one. I'll go back to there if I can remember it. So, Olympus Has Fallen. Yes. Now, I absolutely had no expectations for this movie when I first seen it.
Neither did I.
Because I really, honestly, I thought Gerard Butler was kind of like a flash in the pan at this point.
After 300 and after a couple romantic comedies he made, I was like, okay.
Yeah. So I thought, like, I thought the movie was awesome.
Yeah, the movie was awesome. It's pretty much Die Hard in the White House. As well as another movie came around that time, White House Down, with Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx was not that great.
but like Olympus Has Fallen's like straight up nonstop action. Yes. I mean, straight from the opening scene. Yeah. It doesn't. What's his face?
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart's wife like dies like right away, right?
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, like I mean, opening scene, like his wife dies right away, and then right after that, boom, the White House is being attacked. Yeah. Like no break.
No break.
And then the rest of the movie pretty much takes place in the bunker.
Yeah.
But there's action through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
a
really
pretty much plays kind of like a bodyguard trying to get to the president inside the White House, where the White House has already been taken over, kind of a thing. But the president's down in the bunker. So I thought the movie was excellent. What followed after that, London Has Fallen, not that great, but Olympus Has Fallen, Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman. I wish there was another name I could think of right now, but mainly those three people. I thought it was a good movie. I mean, it's literally Die Hard, but in the White House, in my opinion.
So I said Die Hard wasn't patriotic enough, and I'm gonna explain why. Because let's be honest, even though his character might not have been American, how the hell are you gonna kill Hans Gruber, man? Come on! He's like one of the best villains of all time. Shoot the glass. Screw you, John McClane.
I mean, you can't. Alan Rickman is awesome.
Alan Rickman is awesome.
Yeah. R.I.P. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. And our last one, did you see Miracle?
I did not see Miracle. I pretty much know about it because, in fact, is it a hockey team where they Olympics?
Olympics, yep.
And
they beat Russia
out of nowhere, kind of a thing.
Yeah, for the gold medal.
Oh,
our first. I think it was our first gold medal ever, and we were like huge underdogs in the game. And we beat them. And of course, the whole. It was an actual real story of America versus like USSR in the 80s. Whereas, like, I mean, you had Rocky probably around the same time where he's fighting, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah. And everything was like America versus Soviet Union at this point. But the fact that, and they were such a powerhouse in hockey, and we went in there and we beat them, which is just, it was crazy because we were such underdogs. And to even think Canada wasn't involved.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're usually gold medal every year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a bunch of Canadians they are.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I never seen Miracle. I just remember seeing D3. What is that? D3.
Sounds like the Ice Cream Man.
Almost. Like, Ice Cream! But I remember the Mighty Ducks. I remember...
Mighty Ducks is awesome.
Mighty Ducks is awesome. I would say all three of them.
The only reason I don't like the second one, and the third one's awesome, but the only reason I don't like the second one is like the cheesy stuff where like they have the cowboy kid that's like lassoing people on the ice. Like, I don't even mind the knuckle puck. Like, I'm okay with the knuckle puck. Wasn't that Keenan?
No.
Keenan Kell or whatever?
He was in the second.
Yeah, he was the one doing the knuckle puck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you like stop it and then because yeah.
That was Keenan. Yeah.
Keenan Thompson. Yeah. But yeah, they had that stupid cowboy kid, and that was like the worst thing ever. He's like sitting there lassoing people on the ice, and I'm like, that's the only part of that movie I didn't really care for.
But I mean, it's a kids movie. You can't really like blame it on that. I mean,
yeah, but every other movie had like,
D3 or D3 or whatever, Mighty Ducks 3. Was really serious for a kids movie.
Oh yeah, because it was like them versus like the seniors at the hockey academy or whatever. Dude, but one thing about the Mighty Ducks when you're looking back, dude, it's like Foggy Nelson wasn't a badass, and he was like the enforcer on the team. He was like the badass of the team, and you look back, he's like, dude, it's freaking Foggy Nelson.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my god, he was such a badass, and everyone like looked up. Everyone was so scared of him and everything. I remember that. Oh my god.
I mean, we're talking about Foggy freaking Nelson here, man. He's like beating people up. Only if you can go so far in the future, man.
Oh, man.
And yeah, Joshua Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And Emilio!
Wow. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so that's our patriotic movies. If you guys have any other patriotic movies you'd like to add in there, go ahead and drop them in the line.
So would you say 24 one, Designated Survivor another one?
Oh, for TV shows?
For TV shows.
Man, I didn't even think about TV shows because we were so busy putting together some movies. Yeah, 24 was a good one. Designated Survivor. What's the?
I mean, I don't even say Scandal. Maybe.
Yeah. What about like Veep? I never seen it, but
Veep I will put there.
I imagine that would be up there.
Isn't Newsroom?
West Wing.
Yep, West Wing. See, Newsroom, West Wing, 24. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I mean, is it American to break out of prison? Because Prison Break's good, but that's not really American, is it?
No, that's really.
No, and then they go down to Mexico and they're breaking out of jail. Yeah. That's a stretch.
I mean,
I like it though. It's good.
Have you seen the last season?
No. Forgettable?
Neither have I. I literally stopped when after season 4. And I was like, okay, that's it. But then they came out with a movie that took place between the last, like, what happened in the year span of whatever Michael Scofield life. And I was like, spoilers, if you have not seen it, I'm sorry, it's been like freaking 7-8 years almost. Michael Scofield dies, main character, but then
he does?
You didn't know that?
When did he die?
At the end of the season 4.
Was that the end of the series? At
the
time?
That was the end of the series at the time.
Oh, okay.
And they came up with a movie saying how he died, which the fact that his wife got Sarah, whatever, got like put in jail, and he went to go break her out in the movie, and while doing so, he had to sacrifice his life, pretty much like because there was an electric box or whatever that was going to go off.
Are we talking about Lincoln in whatchamacallit, in Prison Break needed a purse? I think Schofield would probably be more the one wearing the purse, though.
I don't know.
He seemed more like a purse guy.
How did he seem more like a purse guy? The man had tattoos all over his body, then got them removed.
I don't know, man. Captain Cold always seemed like a little bit more of a girly man than
no
Heatwave or whatever. He's just an idiot.
Heatwave is or Firestorm? No, not Firestorm. Heatwave. Heatwave is just.
Isn't Firestorm the
gone?
Isn't that like the guy in the or the football player and the scientist?
But now they're gone.
Where'd they go?
They're gone. They're not in the show anymore.
They took him off of the other one too.
Well, the
Days or Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, they're gone. Because the guy died in the show. The old guy died.
Like in real life?
No. Not in real life, but in the show, he died. So the football player can't really transform. So Firestorm's done. But that was stupid. Anyway, Prison Break. No, I would say Michael would be more badass because of the fact he had tattoos all over his body. Then he got them removed, which is painful enough.
But Dominic Purcell, who plays Lincoln, was Dracula in Blade.
God, Blade was that Trinity?
Yeah, it was Trinity. Dude, Ryan Reynolds, man.
Oh God,
the Hannibal King.
Yeah, Triple H.
No, that was the second one.
No, that was the third one.
That was the third one?
That was the third one. Because I remember Ryan Reynolds and Triple H fought.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, where's the tracker? He's like, oh, it's right below the Hello Kitty tattoo in the small of my back. Oh, dude, Blade's awesome.
No. Because that pretty much, like, almost killed Jessica Biel's career. Almost. But then I think... What was that Adam Sandler movie kind of did, too?
With what?
Jessica Biel.
Oh, the Chuck and Larry?
Yeah, that kind of did too. And then
who's just seen that the other day? Someone just told me they'd seen it for the first time the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like...
That's what I was like. I'm like, what?
That was like the first comedy you could actually be like, oh man, 2 great comics at that time, who were big at that time, came together finally for a movie, and that's actually not that bad.
Dude, Delroy Lindo is hilarious in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, he cracked me up so much in that movie. That's so funny. But that's all we got for tonight, guys. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. We will be back next week on our normal time.
Yes.
Wednesday evening at 7:30.
Yes.
Where we will discuss Ant-Man and Wasp. So if you don't want spoilers, go watch it this weekend.
Yes. Also, we'll be talking about The Purge. The first Purge movie. No. It's called The First Purge, but it's the latest Purge movie. It's the 4th one.
They're trying to do the whole Star Wars thing. They actually started with Purge 4, A New Hope. Yes. And this is Purge 1, The Phantom Purge.
Yes, exactly.
So they're going to go do that. So Chris will be back to talk about that. Again, go watch Ant-Man and Wasp this weekend. We will be talking spoilers come Wednesday.
Yes.
So like us, follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. That's pretty much... Oh, YouTube. We are on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
So make sure you like and follow us. We also have groups on Xbox and PlayStation. So if you ever want to game with us, come join our groups.
Which we actually should do, because, I mean, if you watch that Fortnite video, that was pretty awesome to see actually happening, because I don't know if you heard about it, the missile launch that was supposed to count down.
Yeah, and then it launched, and then they had black holes or something like that.
It launched, straight up in the air and then came right back down, and there was black holes, wormholes going all over the place. And it was awesome to see firsthand because you're just like, what the heck is happening? Although everyone knew that countdown was going to happen because they were counting down like literally all month long for this to happen. And when it finally happened, there was actually like a 10-minute queue to actually load into Fortnite, which is
that's weird.
Yeah, and then like I got in and it was like as soon as I got in and was parachuting down and then the missile launched, I saw it go up, go down, go through different portals, and all of a sudden it exploded, made a huge crack in the sky, which you can see till this day now. And the crack has actually gotten bigger since Saturday.
So what's going to happen when it's completely
I don't
big?
know.
Oh, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So check out Fortnite and new stuff on there. Maybe we'll be gaming with you. Check us out again. Xbox Live, we have a club. Look up Slightly Off Topic. PlayStation, we have a community. Slightly Off Topic. Join us on both of those if you want to game with us. Anyways, peace, guys.
Peace out.